Hi, my name is Josh. The book I read was "Ouch, That Stereotype Hurts" by Leslie C. Aguilar. This book basically not only talks about stereotypes, but it talks about how to communicate in a respectful way, how to avoid bad situations to where stereotypes could be said, or even avoid the situation before it come out. One of the things I read in a lecture was about marketing, and marketing is used a lot. Stereotypes is used a lot in marketing, and marketing has a lot to do with targeting. Targeting is just picking out a group of people who they think, or business thinks maybe this group of people will get us more sales, or will be create a very successful product and be able to it'll be successful because of the group of people that we pick, just whatever they feel comfortable about. And targeting has a lot to do with demographic segments, which are gender, age, income, national origin, and things like that. And one of the biggest demographic segments is gender. One of the examples is Axe commercials, for instance. Axe commercials, they have it where a guy sprays on the cologne and woman just go crazy for him, drool on him. And this is just one of those stereotypes because it makes you, as a woman, it'll make a woman angry to see this commercial because it makes a woman just look so desperate for wanting to be with a man just because of Axe spray, which is not really the case in the real world. So another thing I talked about was economics, which was also in a lecture, and it had a lot to do with stereotypes also. And stereotypes can lead to discrimination. Discrimination is really, it could be a real big thing in economics, and that's when Kennedy made the affirmative action law, which said you can't discriminate on somebody because of their color, race, national origin, things like that. And for instance, with discrimination or stereotypes, some people may believe the stereotype that all black people are African Americans or thugs, and this could really hurt. For instance, President Obama, if somebody was to think he was a thug, they wouldn't want to vote for him. So this draw a lot of people away from him because they may think he's a thug or anything like that. And that's just one of those things that could hurt him, and he could lose a lot of votes. Another thing I talked about was in a lecture is finance, and finance has a lot to do with stereotypes also. For instance, I'm gonna give you a personal story of my own, that something happened where me and my grandfather, I asked him, can he go with me to buy a car, and we went to the dealership and all, but they were asking him a lot of questions, because I knew that if I brought him with me, I'd get more credibility, just because they would think he know more than me, just being an older male, and it would be, better for me in that situation on buying my first car. But I thought about, as I was, maybe if I went by myself, they would stereotype me, looking at me, seeing me as a young black male wanting to buy a Camaro, a 2010 Camaro. They would think that, he may not have the money, or if he do, how does he get it? Things like that, and just using that against me because I was a young black male. And that's how finance has a lot of stereotypes in it that could really hurt somebody's feeling just because of somebody wanting to use little stereotypes like that. My conclusion is this book helped me in many ways. Especially with stereotypes. I'm not really good with stereotypes, and this book kind of guided me through ways I could avoid them, and just know how to handle them when they are said, and just go the better route when they are said. And a lot of this stereotyping, now that I got a different view of it, it's just people being, it's human nature, and you got to understand that some days stereotypes are going to be said. So this book definitely shows me great ways like redirecting the conversation, or maybe after it's said, just move on, and after kind of pull them to the side and get them to, just be like, I didn't really like what you said, but I'm gonna come at you as a grown person and just let you know you shouldn't do that, just in the nicest way possible, so that maybe you could put sense into the person that's using the stereotypes head that, maybe you should like get better with talking to people and maybe not use stereotypes, because they could really hurt someone's feelings and put them in a bad situation. So that's really what this book was about, and it really helped me.